Welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to model a very realistic looking glass, just like you saw on the thumbnail. It's actually a request from my friend who is asking for how to create a real glass with this kind of green edges around them, like that, like so. Because when you look at real glasses, real image of glasses, you can see that they all have these green edges around them. So like if you look at in Google, if you try to search for like a glass sheets, for example, you will see that if you go to images, you will see that most glasses, they all have these green edges around them. See, like this one here, like that. I don't know why they have them, but you know, sometimes if you never think about it, you see them, but you don't know they are there. But so he tries to make a glass in Maya, but cannot achieve that. So he wants to know how to achieve it. So this is what we are going to be doing in this tutorial. So let's get into Maya and see how we can get that. So here in Maya, let's start with a cube, a simple cube. By the way, this my channel is dedicated to people just asking questions, and we try to answer them and making videos. So please try to subscribe to support the channel and let me know exactly what you want me to do, and I will try my best to help you people to learn Maya. It's a new channel. I hope you can support it so we can grow our community. So here in Maya, let's change the size here to, like, let's say make it the width 30, and maybe this one also 30. And for this thickness, maybe we can increase it a little bit to like 1.5, and then we can bevel it. To bevel it, you go to modeling toolkit and you bevel here, and then I have my wireframe unshaded selected. You can remove that, and let's adjust this, maybe 0.2. It's looking quite sharp here. So what we can do is select it and then we can bevel it again. Now it's looking much better. So what we can do, we move it up and maybe duplicate it so we can have two. Okay, let's create a simple background. Reduce the subdivisions to like 1. We don't need so much. Let me extrude this. And here we also will bevel it. Reduce it to like 0.3, maybe 0.2. And for the segments, we can put like 5, like so. Let's make it big. Why? Maybe like so. Okay. Excuse me. Let's give it a material. AI standard surface. Delete history and make it white. I don't want it reflecting. I don't want any reflection on it, so we can increase the roughness here. So what we can do now is, for our glass object, let's push it up. Actually, let's put it on a table. I think the size is okay like this. Yes. So let's put it on a table so it doesn't sit on its own. I made a simple table. So just a habit, I like to put my objects that I'm rendering on top of a table so they are not just sitting on the floor. So just let it sit right there. Okay. Okay, that's fine. And then if we try to render this right now, there's nothing here because we don't have any light in the scene. So what we can do is we can go to Arnold Lights and we can use this Skydome Light. And for that Skydome Light, let's wrap a background. So this is the HDR that I'm gonna be using. So what we can do right now is, let me turn on the resolution gate so we can position this one more properly. Okay, like so. Let's try to render again. Okay, so the rendering is coming, but we don't have any glass material on this our object because we haven't assigned any. So what we do is we can select it, right click, go to materials, assign new materials, and let's also give it a AI standard surface. So for this one, for the color, we don't want any color to it, and we reduce all that. For the roughness, I think the roughness can be just slight roughness to it will be fine. Index of refraction, this controls how light bends when light strikes the glass. So I think 1.5 is a little bit too low. We can make it like 1.6 or even like maybe 1.7. Let's try that. And for the transparency, under this transmission, what we can do is we'll increase it all the way, and you can see now we are not having that glass effect, but we still don't have the green around the edges. So under this transmission, for the color here, if we put a color here, then we can have our whole glass to be red. This is where we change. If you want to have a red glass or a green glass and the color of the glass you want, this is where to do it, but that's not what we're going after. Or we want only the color to be on the edge, just at the edges. So what we can do is here in scatter, what we can do is we now change it to green, and let's adjust the color of that green to better fit the kind of green we are looking for. And we still don't see anything there. So what we need to do is we can adjust the depth. When you start adjusting this is when you start having that effect. So this is exactly where the magic happens. So it depends on how you do this, the way you slide it, which will give you different results. Like if it is too low, you can see the whole glass we have the tint of that grain all over the place. But if you increase it more, it start appearing only at the edge. So let's adjust it So we can, I think maybe, I think 4 is a good number. Try different numbers here. Depends on the angle that you're looking, the way you place your camera. This number might be different for you, so try different things and see which one that works better for you. So this is how you make the achieve the effect. Okay, now you can see right now we're having a lot of grains because my render settings, they're still too low at the moment. Try to increase it and see. Okay, now it's getting better. Okay, before we set up the final render, there's another request from another friend who wants to know how to render a wine glass with a wine inside. So that we can do. Let's try that as well. So for the wine glass, I already have that wine glass placed here on a layer. So if you want to know how I model this glass, I have the link of the video how I model this in the description below. Please check it out. It's very simple to do. So what we can do now is let's also assign a glass material to this one and that one as well. Let's also give it the same material, AI standard surface. So another way to create a glass is to use the preset. You can just use the preset here. You go to preset and glass, just replace. If you do that, everything seems to disappear. Let's turn on the wireframe unshaded so we can have our objects at least visible. So if you try to render this one, let's try it again. Okay, you see our glass is coming out well. Let me try to render this particular region. Okay, you can see this is empty glass and this has some liquid in it. So the liquid is actually, if I can isolate this for a minute, let me show you what's happening here. What happened is that in this glass shape, this glass object, what I did is I cut out the inside here and make it a liquid material that will be inside this glass. So again, I have the link in the description below if you want to know how I make this. I have that the link to that video below. Please check it out. So what we can do now is for this liquid itself, let's give it a different material. Give it AI standard. Let's name it wine, and maybe name this one the glass material. And for this, let's just name it glass, maybe glass shape like that. Okay, so for this the liquid inside, what we can do is give it a different color. So instead of going here, so what we can do is give it a color by itself. First of all, let's give it a, make it a glass, and then here give it like a red color, maybe something like that will be fine. Let's try to render again. Very nice. I think everything is looking quite good. So at this point, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna bump up my render settings for transmission. So we can increase this a little bit more, maybe 4 will be fine. For diffuse, I think we have enough light, so we don't need that. And maybe for the noise, to reduce the noise, let's increase that a little bit. And maybe specular, so we can have some sharp specular highlights. And for our camera, 5 will be good. And let's stop the rendering for a minute. And here, let's increase the size of our render to 1080 by 920 by 1080. I think everything is looking good at this time. Yeah, diffuse, so we can have some secondary light bounce. I think this is good to go. So what I'm gonna do right now is to click render and pause the video while the render is complete, because you don't want to sit and watch the render going on like that. I think everything is looking good, looking fine. So I'm just gonna pause the video and I'll be right back when the render is finished. Okay, the render is finished. This is how it looks like. So you can see the green edge is there. If you compare it with what we saw in Google, it's looking very realistic. And this is the glass as well. See, we're having some nice reflections here, and the wine is coming out really fine. So this is how to do that in Maya. Please subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so you can be notified when I release new tutorial. Please tell me in the comment below what you don't understand or the kind of video you want me to make. I'll be releasing more video in the coming days, and I can guarantee you I read every comments and I answer every questions. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.